ride the frequency.
Well, hello there, everybody. Hello there, Mary, Lady Liane.
You're surrounded, aren't you, Grizzly?
Yes.
Now what happens when you got, it's like, it's lady heavy. I complain that it's always a sausage fest. And now, biscuit fest! No?
I think you're right.
See, yeah, he's already terrifying. That's not what we're talking about today.
Not biscuits, not today.
And that silence was deafening for a minute. Y'all scared me. How do I make two people speechless in less than 30 seconds? I don't know. I did it though, didn't I?
Only you could do that, Liane.
It's been a weekend, man. The vibes were so weird out there. Like, I always have fun, so I'm not complaining. Don't complain. Just have fun. But it was weird. How was your weekend? Was it weird too?
Yeah, very weird. Very strange.
I'll trade stories.
Sure.
Who do you want to go first?
Well, on the way back, I had to tinkle when we got to Indiana, and it was raining. So I stopped on the side of the interstate, and I cracked her door open to block it. Then we get all the way up to Indianapolis, and I had to switch drivers because I was getting too tired to drive the last hour. So we stopped at the gas station, and she only had one shoe and no purse. It fell out of the car when I opened up the car door. We don't understand how, on the side of the interstate.
Okay, so God is tinkling, and you're tinkling, and now you're missing a shoe and a purse.
Right.
Did you drive back to find it?
Oh, yeah, we sure did. And we didn't go back far enough the first time.
The first time?
So she calls one of the psychics on the show to get a mile marker, and it was right where I stopped. And we found it in the rain.
Did you pee on her shoes or her purse? That's my
No, I don't know how it fell out.
All he did was crack it open and said something. He only cracked it open like that. And my purse is like this wide. I don't know how. And it was sitting by my feet on the baseboard. And there's like that high of a dip before you would go out to go over the door. Have no clue how it happened. It was so strange. But I literally called Kelly Joe at like 4:00 in the morning. And I was like, I am so sorry. It's an emergency. Can you help? A mile marker, anything? And she said the mile marker. So we went down and went back further and came up. She said mile marker 11, and it was 11.9. Sitting
wow.
Exactly
Whoa. Yeah, man. 4 a.m. You're they say 3 a.m. is better. You know, you were an hour late.
it was very strange how it happened, but the event was awesome.
Can I ask you a question? And this is just a stupid question, and maybe not. How long are like your purse? The handles on your purse? Is it a big long one or is it short?
It's the wraparound body strap, like a body purse.
Is there any chance that it could have gotten caught in the door handle so that when he cracked the door open, and then took your shoe with it?
Maybe, but I didn't notice it because I had gotten in the car and I had set it down by my feet. But I mean, maybe it could have happened. We just don't know how it happened. It was so weird.
Okay. Roger's confused. Listen, Mulder and Scully, we're here to solve a mystery. It's the Lee Files.
Right. We should make a podcast of everybody's ideas of how it happened because we couldn't figure out how it happened.
You know what? All that matters is you got your stuff back. Mm-hmm. And even better, there's no urine on it. So it doesn't smell like the subway of New York. That's all.
That is true.
There's a special scent on your stuff.
Amazing, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah. if I were sure that here, just to make sure I got clearance. Extra clearance. You know what that gets? Because you got it back. I'm winding up. Whee! Ha! It's nice to have a 2-year-old live with you weekly, isn't it?
Right.
Hi, Trista.
What's up? Roger's confused. Are you still confused, or are you just?
I think he was confused about how it happened too, because we were. I'm still confused about it.
As long as he hasn't left, that's fine.
Roger, you still here?
Want to see my bruise?
Sure.
We can start there. These guys got da 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 da. Yeah. Look, don't get another bruise. Wee. Let's
Don't fall again.
I gotta turn around. Hold on. I gotta get this thing to turn around. This is fun. Hold on. Not spilling my tea. Okay, we're not spilling our tea. Isn't this fabulous?
Yeah. So you said it was a suitcase that did that? Is that right?
Yeah. I was down in Forest Hills at Forest Hills High School. And I was doing, they have this little Comic-Con that they do. And it's really cute. Like these high school students started it. And now the guy's graduated, but he still comes back. It's like the 8th year. It's the 8th year. There's 2 of those. You need 2 of those to make 8. Lily. Yeah. So I act like I got concussed by the suitcase the way I'm counting right now. Anyway, so yeah, like it was time to go, and they were packing their stuff, and we've got Run DMC, Daryl McDaniels next to me. What a nice guy. The whole crew was really, really nice. The suitcase was not nice.
Uh-huh.
The inanimate object attacked me. It did. Like I was standing. Well, I could have been a little closer. I'm glad I wasn't, because God only knows what would have happened. So I guess by the grace of God, I now have a bruise on my leg after the suitcase, the pull thing. Heavy books. I think he didn't put his cookies in that one. He put them in the other one. And he didn't give me any cookies, but I also didn't tell him, ow, that hurt. I just, here, let me help you pick up your bag.
You're supposed to tell him that he's supposed to roll the suitcase on the floor, not your leg.
Well, yeah, like the whole thing is that it was so heavy, he put it up and it just fell right back down.
Oh, it fell. Okay, gotcha. I thought like he was rolling it, went into your
Yeah, no. Dead bodies would have weighed less, but okay. I heal. It's fine.
Well, it gives you a good memory, right?
It does. It does. And is my file? No, it's not. I keep looking at my computer. I started editing some of the footage I got at Chiller a couple weeks before that. Maybe it was just one weekend. Why does 2 weeks ago feel like 8 years ago, and this morning feel like last year? And then, when I was getting my diapers changed, I can bring right now. Like, it's just such a mind. Bleh. Does that happen to you guys? Like far away seems close, and close.
Mm-hmm. Like right. Sure does.
What? This goes to show you that time isn't what we think it is, because it feels different. It can feel different depending on what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Quantum something there. Quantum something there. And quantum something here. And quantum something everywhere. La la la. Drink a beer. What? Oh. That was terrible. All right. So Forest Hills, that was good. I had a slice of pizza after it was all done. And they told me I could go out the back door. And I thought, wow, how magical. That's the same back door that I parked right next to, I think. And sure enough, instead of walking all the way around, I just right to my car. I got to meet the assistant principal of Forest Hills High School. Shout out to you guys, Barbara. And then Mr. Jacobs. He's the mental health guy there. And I didn't get to see his office, but if I were a high school student at Forest Hills High School, I would be in his office all day long. Mr. Jacobs. He's a here we go with the wrong fingers. Quintuple J. He's got 5 J's. All his names start with a J 5 times.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he was a very nice man. His dad was a jazz composer. So I got to talk to him because that's one of the things my mom did too. So yeah, hopefully, it's one of those weird things where you like meet people, but you want to reconnect. That guy, he's smart and he's kind. And I actually talked to the assistant principal about consciousness and awareness, and asked if she would want somebody to come talk to the students at all at an assembly and to come find me. Because I keep saying, like, you got to hit the young ones. Got to hit the young ones and like interrupt the narrative that they've been abused by, in my opinion, and at least offer them some other information that might be helpful. One of the students there was very sweet. Anna, I think is her name, senior. As soon as I walked in and I'm looking around, she's like, how can I help you? Do you need help unpacking your stuff? She was right there, very present, very alert. A lot of the volunteers there were like that too. So the vibe in the school was good. So it was really good to see, in a public school, that there was some kind of emotional quotient happening.
Right.
Yeah. In these times, when everybody's tethered to a device, TikTok, what attention span, How do you feel about that? Mary, do you homeschool your guys?
My kids are on their virtual public school.
Mm-hmm.
So they really like it. Believe it or not, it's done them both really, really good. They're excelling. They get a lot more individual attention from the teachers. They have small groups where they break out. They like it. Both of them do. They like it much better than being in-person school.
Yeah, in-person school traumatized the hell out of me.
Did me too.
Well, it'll do that to anybody who's not wired to be told what to think and fall in step with some narrative, especially like when the narrative, they're telling you one thing, but there's something in you that's going, that doesn't feel right. Like this is not, no. The majority of people get that this doesn't feel right to me, but don't know what that is, and just start spiraling.
Yep.
And when you're in an over intellectual environment, I feel like you're more likely to do that if everybody around you is like education this and education that, and burr, 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 sometimes formal education, such as it is confining and causes people not to be able to be flexible in their mind.
Yeah, think outside of the box.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's right. And it's important, sometimes it's good to think in the box. The party sometimes calls for that, but I think the majority of the time, out of the box thinking is probably a more something that's more in each individual's self-interest, and because of that, it becomes in the interest of the larger amount, because if people are walking around coherent, then the collective is coherent, right? It adds up. So thanks for having a couple of coherent kids.
They do well. I try to teach them, and they're thinking and doing, they're learning a lot, and it's, I find it for a school, it's a blessing, definitely. So they're enjoying it. Okay.
Good.
Me and you for a minute.
No, that's
But, yeah,
okay.
my kids did say hi, Liane. Eddie's wanting to come on your podcast and be a guest.
That's okay. We can do Bigfoot Outlaws Junior week. We can do that. We'll name it. We can have it. It'll be its own special episode.
Okay.
And if he wants to come say hi today, that's fine too. Like,
Did
I'm
you
down.
want to go grab him and tell him he can say hi? She said. Oh, okay. He's upstairs.
Yeah, no, whatever.
So
I enjoy talking to your older one.
Yeah, he's very smart. He, if you can get him on the right subjects and stuff, he's interesting to talk to. So I enjoy him. I enjoy both my kids. So
I haven't talked to Edison as much, but Bentley, like when you say something new or whatever, or maybe if it's information he hasn't heard before, he actually ponders it. He listens, he thinks, he doesn't just answer back, So I highly appreciate that, because not everybody is capable of doing that, myself included.
Yeah, he's definitely a thinker by far. But I'm glad he is, because it's teaching him, and he's learning, and he's thinking outside the box, and piecing everything together. And it's not easy being a 13-year-old, but he's doing well, and I'm proud of him, and he's turning out to be a really outstanding young man. So is my other one. So,
well, doing the best you can in society, which tells you all kinds of crazy things that aren't even true about how you're glitched and right and left, So, yeah.
well, do you think it was a glitch, like with over, like the topic that we have about human consciousness, if it's, an accident or design, do you think maybe somewhere there was a glitch in the matrix where like certain people are made that way, and then other people was an accident, and that's how they think outside the box? Because I've always wondered stuff like that, why there's certain people that are so different than the norm. What's your thoughts on that?
It's a really good thing to ponder, because things are so wacky. Like, I mean, if you take as a given, if you're folding in the idea that everything is energy and frequency, and you couple that with what we've been told in the narrative, which I think is accurate, because there are some accuracies laced in, they just pervert them to make us scared and listen to them, like when it's time to be scared and listen. Like, I don't know. But I feel like God, God doesn't make accidents. God isn't an accident.
So that's how I feel. There's a specific design, but what that design is,
I think consciousness is laced through everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people, because free will, and I think because the narrative, and I think because the narrative is a perverted narrative that allows people to live in fear of something outside them coming to smash them if they don't. Like, if you really think about the definition of what you've been told, like if there are no accidents and it's all about love, then how a misunderstanding and a self-loathing, like if you're loathing yourself, and if we're made in his image, then you're loathing him too. Like, you can't love one and not love the other. It's all in either way. So this fracturing of like knowing one thing here and then operating in some weird, like oppressive narrative that doesn't have all the truth in it makes people fractured. And so then they start trying to make up for it, like the message of being glitched, by feeling better. And then how do you feel better? It's like then your ego takes over, and then your higher self goes out the window and just sits there filing its nails going, uh-oh, okay, this one's going AWOL. Well, I guess we'll just wait till it figures it out. Like, yes, we'll have some tea and we'll do some breathing. And 50 years later, are they okay? Oh, more self-loathing. All right. Well, and at a certain point when, everybody's got guides, everybody's got a conscience. That's, good Pluto, bad Pluto, good Pluto. Yeah. Go murder the guy and then go home and act like nothing happened. No, don't do that, because you'll create your own hell, and then your life review is going to really suck. Do it. It's fun. No, don't. Like, that's conscience. But consciousness is aware of conscience. Conscience is attached to ego, decisions, choices, and how reined in your ego is. So like people who are compensating for some illusion of being not divinely perfect from the first breath will go nuts and turn into what you said. I feel like. See what I'm saying? You know, just completely misled with your own concepts and then swirling into that and just acting completely whack because you're in some space in your head listening to thoughts that are just not in line, aligned with love, with creating, with manifesting. You're manifesting incoherently without being aware that you're a creator, without understanding that your thoughts and your emotions and your intention actually go out into, you know, like there are still people when I say, like if you soft gaze between your fingers and you see like a little glowy like thing and then it turns into a smoke and like you can play with the smoke and like that, or put your hands together and feel the heat. That Anna, that high school student, she did that. She was like, whoa. Then I got a couple other ones to do it. I said, you feel the heat between your palms? That's your energy. Your energy before you're physical. You've got energy. Like if you look even around here, like I can see, you can see your energy body leaking.
Mm-hmm.
If you soft gaze in a mirror, it's not like your eyes going crazy. It's your eyes actually soft focusing in.
You're seeing the aura.
Yeah. I mean, I can see yours too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I was playing with it the other day and like I was thinking stuff that made me really, really happy. And like I just thought of something really absurd and just started laughing. And I was really like genuinely just laughing and I could see it just like, mm-hmm. Like, but you know, who am I talking to? You guys have aura photography. So come on, man. Like, you know, if you're really in step with yourself, if yourself and yourself are aligned with what we're made of, then that shit's going out 60 feet in either direction. Like that's why people love babies. Babies have huge energy fields.
Right. It's very true. They have a very pure energy. Yeah. People that are very happy and joyous have a wonderful aura and it extends and it can blend and make others feel better. And that's what they do. And
right.
you know, the more
without trying, right? Like, yep. Like, yeah. And that's, you know, like when I've said this as an example I've used before, you walk into a room after two people have been arguing, you can feel it. How do you not feel that?
This is very true.
And it's not just because you heard and then you open the door and go, hi, and everybody gets quiet. It's not the physical silence. I mean, that's like the point on the exclamation, right? The exclamation is the vibes that are bouncing off of the freaking, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think consciousness and I don't think it's an accident. And I don't think people who act up are accidents. I think they're just absolutely incoherent as a result of ignorance and actually trusting the people who are giving them messages that are incoherent, and those people don't know that they're incoherent either, because it's been bred into the species for so many generations. You know, it takes 3 generations to really grind something in. How long have there been, I don't know, like the first Bible, where did it come from and how long ago? And then the first books that started getting extracted, and then how they started telling the story in a way that made everybody scared to be your authentic self. Like, because what if your authentic self goes against what they're telling you? And the next thing you know, you got to hide, then you got to keep secrets, then you got to like turn into what you said. So I don't know. I would love to know. I would love to be able to have everybody be able to read the very first tablet before anybody came in and altered it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, same here.
I'm sure anybody of faith, like who is actually religious and goes to church and all this stuff and has followed the Bible, Catholic, Christian, whatever it is, like whatever book there is, like I want to see the OG. Don't give me a version with books extracted. That's who is that serving? And whoever did that, do they have a guilty conscience for not informing everybody about consciousness, such as it is, which I would venture a guess is in the OG text, the information. And I will also venture a nice big sarcastic guess that the Vatican has all of that information and just doesn't share, because if they did, then everything would go sideways. Because if this is the truth, what society's been taught has gone so far sideways.
Yep.
That people, when they are told what the truth is, the gap is going to be so wide, especially now that science is with all this disclosure and stuff, we're being forced into looking at acknowledging quantum mechanics, the quantum world. It's going to go more sideways before it gets back on track, is my prediction. However, finding the absurd in all of it is probably a really good idea, because the more you can laugh, because what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? You can't change what they did. You can't change what they omitted. You can't change how society's been engineered up until the point you say, oh, let me start asking questions here. And then one by one, as science has its revelations, you know, and Avi Loeb is told, you know, all that equipment you said you need $1 billion for at the conference? Well, we have that, and you're not gonna see it. You've been left behind. Ha 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 ha. Because that's what's happened. 3 people know what's up, what's going on, and the public has been left behind and led into some whackness. And that's just like a really bad movie.
Yeah,
You know,
well, they shouldn't have done that. That
well,
wasn't
who
God.
needs Hollywood? Who needs Hollywood when we're living the cuckoo? Like I don't need, like that's right out my door. Like, why do I need to go to Hollywood? I just need to pay attention to what's going on and pay attention to what is not being said. Sometimes that should be the louder thing. What's not being said. Right? What are the implications of what was said, and what are the implications of what was not said?
Well, they're trying to cover and hide a lot of things. You know, the actual true connection with the Lord and how to connect and the things that you should be doing. They unfortunately changed and manipulated parts of the Bible where it makes it harder for people to understand or get that connection. It's kind of sad that they would pull a lot of that important stuff out and change it around, but you know, that cover up, that's humans doing that.
Yeah, it's always humans. And this is, you know, where Rebecca Hardcastle Wright gets into, and then they're going to turn around and blame ET for it because, you know, humans are going to come save you, right? You know, human will do a bad thing and then have the solution hidden in the back pocket and just wait for the right timing to go, I know, but here, I've got the solution. Follow me. Like, the government does that to appease the people. Meanwhile, the government appeasing the people has no idea what's going on in the other government. Like, there are so many different realities being experienced by people based on what they know, what they don't know.
There are multiple dimensions and realities. I have gotten to see split realities before. I could, when I get really deep in meditation and prayer, I have actually seen that and witnessed it. So I can attest that that is true.
Well, you know, and deep meditation and prayer you know, that there's a Venn diagram right there, and it's the middle is bigger than you would think. Like it's when you're praying and when you're meditating and when you're in that zero place of being nowhere and just the knowing and the vibing in that glorious place of nothing and everything, that's when all the truth comes in. Sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes the silence that comes with that scares people.
It does. A lot of people are uncomfortable with the silence. They definitely don't want to face that, because the thoughts and, you know, all the stuff, it can come up when you're doing that, but it's meant to, so you can push through it. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Right. It's for you, not to run away from. And the sooner you look at all that stuff and get right with yourself as a whole being who, you know, sometimes bad Pluto 1, sometimes good Pluto 1, moving forward, you know, you might slip, and it's got to be coming back to the space, you know, realigning, going into the meditation and the prayer, getting right with it, and giving yourself permission to go again and try to be the best version of yourself next time. You know, shit happens. So.
Kay says, wow, was just going to say that we judge someone's beings. Yes, we have a scary look, yet said pretty much most will backfire entirely, and the ones with ill intentions and their safety, it's not here.
Yeah, like what goes around comes around, sometimes a lot faster for certain people who oscillate at a higher vibration level, and people who know better and do something silly, you know, that usually comes back at you a lot faster when you know better consciously.
You're doing good.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah.
So, what all are your fun plans for the week?
Well, it's still loading. I can't believe now it's telling me it's got 29 minutes left. And I think now the other one says an hour left. I've been going cross-eyed, editing, more editing. I'm trying to get my sizzle reel. And if I can just get, you know, a 15-minute something put together, I'll be really, really happy. So I've already whittled 10 minutes down to 7, and then it's going to get bigger again, and then I'm just going to go back through it and then whack it up more. It would probably be easier to have an editor that doesn't care about every little eyelash bat and whatever, to just like mercenarily go through it, but I can get to that place and just be like, stop it. It needs to be 3 seconds. I don't care. Whack it. Go. Clip, 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 clip. So I was doing that, trying to shorten things to 3 seconds. You know, you go shoot like 4 hours worth of stuff and use 3 seconds here and 5 seconds there and end up with 15 minutes. Tedious. It's tedious, but it's worth it. I actually recorded a crazy phone call that I had from my husband, who was just being nuts, talking about how he would fix the world. Or I asked him what he would do about kids who are attached to screens all the time. And he made this crazy comment. So I said, hold on a second. And I pretended like I got another call. And I was like, here, can you start say that again? He's like, I don't want to participate in anything. I'm like, no, I'm not. Just say what you said. Of course, I'm recording. So then I put it into my Logic and I've chopped it up and, you know, got the parrots going on and I'm pretending like he's my interview and they're screaming and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Which is kind of just background stuff for the real thing. But, you know, it's detail, right?
Right.
If there's a camera shot of me sitting here editing and I'm editing this phone conversation and the parrots and me screaming and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, Mr. Murphy.
Mr. Murphy, what's up?
VIP in the house.
Has he had his pepper sauce today?
No, I don't think he's got any yet. He's like,
What's that about? You need a case.
We had some people that bought and really enjoyed it, went out, got home, tried it, and called somebody else at the event to buy them more. So
I'm telling you, man, that stuff is going to fly.
it's good. It's very good.
Yeah, we're real pleased.
Had a lot of compliments of people really liking it. So
They said they never taste anything like it, and that was our goal. So,
You know, that can't be a bad thing when you hear that, especially if it's consistent.
yep, and that's one of the compliments we got. The only complaint they have is they should buy more than one bottle.
Lorna, I will answer your question. Twisted has not been on. She's going through some personal issues right now and not able to be on the show. She's trying to get better. So that's all I'm going to say. So if you guys can, please pray for her.
Wow. Way to make the room go silent again. Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't everybody who's in here just take a second, close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. Empty your mind. In and then out. Focus on your breath. Listen to my voice. Do everything I tell you. No. Keep breathing. All right. Let's all think about a little Twisted. Let's all know that she is perfect, whole, and complete. And let's all pray for a speedy recovery. Let's all know and see her be grateful for feeling so much better. Let's have an imaginary chat rolling in our head where she's being all crazy and saying inappropriate things about Ross and Liane. Sense of humor. Let's love up on Lena in those vibrational spaces. Let's take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, exhale that healing. Ready? That intention and the healing and the ether straight to Lena. See her whole and complete. And so it is. Amen. All right. Hopefully she got a good charge from that.
Sure she did. She's very, believe it or not, she's really intuitive and picks up on a lot of stuff.
Well, and prayer works. So
Sure
concentrated focus on her feeling better and being fresh with me on the chat is probably the best thing anybody can hold in their heads.
You're welcome, Lorna.
Yes, ma'am. What's up, Lorna? Yeah, I can't help it. I'm Liane. I just say things the way I do.
That's why we all love you.
It's called Liane speak. My friend said, you and your shenanigans. No, I think we're just going to call them Lianigans. There's so many things you can attach to the name Liane. I've discovered in joking around. Maybe I'll have to write them down someday. So if I ever interview Ross Coulthart, I'm going to put 5 words up and have both of us say them, because he says things different from how we say things. I'm definitely, seriously, absolutely thinking about a talk with him and imagining all the little segments we're going to have, because he's somebody whose time I can't waste. So I got to get my stride going, make sure I get good at no interrupting. Fidget spinner, how I love you. 2 at a time. Tell you, sometimes those things get really busy because people say things and then I have a thought about what they said and then they'll continue their sentence. I'm like, uh-oh, stay there. Don't go, don't zip. Uh-oh. What do you say now? Where's the fidget spinner? It's like that. It's it
I
can
know, but it helps you focus.
It does. It
Mhm.
does. And I'm actually very proud of myself, but I don't think it's any mistake that when I was talking with Randy Weitenheimer, I think that's going up on the 10th, because he's the energy doctor. You guys should really check this guy out, Randy Weitenheimer. Energydoctor.com, doctor spelt with a K. That dude, he will set your energy back straight because he understands how energy works, you know? I was talking to him about Clive and how Clive goes to Arizona and does stuff. And he's like, yeah, people can't be doing stuff like that because the energies out there are very deliberate and very intense. Let's just say that. So people who start, doing the sky watching and that stuff. So he lived on a tribal reservation. He was raised there. And I think he also did some time in the military. And I know he's worked in some kind of clandestine project at some time or another. So he knows some stuff. So I don't think it's any mistake that I was a little more together and focused talking to him. He did a little energy work on me the night before, probably in his self-interest. Yeah. Yep. Don't want to get interrupted? Do energy work on Liane the night before you talk to her.
That'd definitely be an interesting session.
Yeah. There's Contact in the Desert is coming up, you guys. And part of me wants to get in my car and just drive there. Like, why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't. But I did write to Ross Coulthard, and I told him, Sarah Beskman Cosme is going to be there. And she's the QHHT regression queen. And you, Ross, don't claim not to understand this stuff because you're reaching for it intellectually, right? It still hasn't percolated down. I mean, he understands intellectually that there's something to do with the heart thing, and then meditating, he can't. But, he's a journalist. So think. It's hard to shut that up, especially when you're if you're a string tuned to a certain wiring, right? But I think if he really wants to understand what the hell's going on, he should allow Sarah Breskman Cosme to regress him while they're both at Contact in the Desert. Right?
Interesting.
That would be highly interesting to me to see what the result or hear about the result of that. Because I know if he did it, he'd report back on News Nation. I think Ross should give himself a reality check. Go get a regression, buddy. Then come talk to Lily. Don't you think it could help?
It could.
Someone was asking, and Lorna wanting to know, Liane, have you had any past life regressions?
I've had 3 QHHT regressions that weren't necessarily, quote, past life. I was more interested in like a soul journey. So I did one with Barbara Lamb that was pretty general. And I went from place to place to place to place. Then I did one with somebody named oh gosh. Wow, Herrera, right? Alyssa Herrera, right? I did one with her. And that was kind of interesting. We skipped to different places, and that was like a lifetime life. I remembered being a dragon of all strange things. And then I did another one with somebody named Debs, Debz, Shakti, Shakti. And that was interesting because for whatever, I seem to have tuned in to what they call the super conscience, and I was just like a general big super conscience, not just Leanne's. So she started asking like questions, and I actually don't remember what happened. I should probably look at that again, and I did not post that one publicly, like I did the other two. So if you're really curious, you can go on the Writing the Frequency and scroll, baby, scroll. Some of that stuff is up.
Lorna's asking what's QHHT.
Oh, quantum hypnosis therapy. It's if you know who Dolores Cannon is, she's the one who came up with her way of doing this after hypnotizing people and them going back into lives that were not all human. And she started talking to the Essenes, and she started talking to Nostradamus. Like these people kept coming through, and interestingly, Michael Sala, I think on Exopolitics, just posted another talk with Sarah Breskman Cosme today, which I listened to while I was cleaning my room. And she went into some of that. So if you guys really want to know what that is, check out Michael Sala's Exopolitics today's video. Yeah, Essenes. Yup. Like they came before King James. Like I would trust what an Essene had to say before the perversions, Who knows? Our galactic history. And here's something. I was listening to the Ross Coulthart interview with Michael. Is it Michael Masters? And he was saying, why is it that the CIA and government departments have been looking for where Atlantis is? Like, okay, so, the government makes us feel crazy, or anybody who says Atlantis was a real thing, and they're just like, oh, right? The Greek myths, oh, those were based in something real. Oh, come on, they're myths. Like, there's something like what they were manipulating things. They were what do you think the Minotaur is? Mm-hmm. Some crazy Atlantean, like, let's cross this and that. They were known for doing whack stuff like that, making creatures who live literally, like, it was painful to be alive, like to have half a dog body and a human head. Like it's based in something, guys. It's not just some weird story that came from nowhere. I'm not casting aspersions or saying it's good, bad. I'm very indifferently saying the way we've been taught to look at certain things so that other people can use the information and leave us behind. It's the same ending. We get left behind. They're looking at stuff seriously. We get gaslit. It's at some point it's going to have to come to a head. It's going to have to stop. In my opinion, I don't know how it can keep going this way with people discovering things right and left, like every minute. Just wait till quantum computers show up. It's all going to backfire.
Sooner or later.
Karma, karma, karma. It's back to what Mary was talking about before. Somebody's feeding bad Pluto some toxic dog food. And he's going to puke really soon. Just saying.
Well, it'll come around.
It will.
The frequency, I mean, if that's what you put out, it will come back. Well,
right. It's what you put out then actually ends up embodying you, and then it becomes a catch-22, and who knows where it starts, because it's now just been right. It's back to that energy. That little string Randy was saying, you can play with it, but like really you get to the point where you play with the string of energy and you can put it on like a like a condom, right? Just like I know that was Leanne. Really? Yes, really. Biscuits and condoms, you know. And sparkles from Trader Joe's. Can you see the sparkles? Can you see them? Way to change the subject when I got nasty and fresh. Where's the kids? It's time for kids. I have to stop talking crazy. And I
You
think
want me to go grab one of them?
sure, why not? Don't they want to be on? Do they want to be on?
Eddie did. Bentley, I'd have to ask. He's more shy, especially when it comes talking to people. But
Well, public. I know. Every time I talk to Bentley, he's like, "It's not recording, is it?"
so I'd say he's more shy. Eddie doesn't care. He's the one that hey,
Right?
He's a little more outgoing. I'll be right back.
All right. You guys ready for Junior and Junior? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Right.
Well, so Mr. Whiz Kid, the Whiz Kid. Bigfoot shows up, you're off to the toilet. You gotta pee, then there's no bag and no shoe. Like, you're the Whiz Kid.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can
You keep coming back on Monday and telling me crazy stories.
Right.
What else? Anything else nutty
I'm just
happen?
staying busy.
Hello! Welcome! How are you?
Good.
Yeah? I like your red shirt.
Thank you.
Sit still.
Sit still. You're on camera, honey. Sit still so you're not making. Talk to her.
Hello.
You know what? Hi. I don't sit still either. I have a hard time.
You want
As a
to look
matter of fact, I did this before.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
did.
really?
Except I went around faster and more times.
Don't touch it. It's pink eye.
What?
Looks like Bentley's got pink eye.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Wash your hands.
I'll have to call the doctor.
So it's that or bad allergies, but
Yeah, well, it's the season for allergies. What's the weather right down there? Is a lot of pollen?
oh yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have allergies too, Eddie?
No. Oh, like water coming out of his eyes and stuff.
He says it doesn't. It's just like burning.
And just make sure. All right, come on, let's wrap up the show, everybody.
You know what? Every once in a while, but I mean, I put castor oil and my homemade cream on my face. Like, and sometimes if it gets in my eye, it definitely burns because
And Mom,
castor oil is probably not fun. Uh-oh, there she is.
Ask him.
I like your hoodie.
Please.
It's Chris's actually. I put it on. It's comfy and warm, so I borrowed his hoodie.
But that's
he's always hot.
That's why we have boyfriends that are bigger than we are, so that we can do that. They call them boyfriend jeans for a reason, man. It's like when ours are dirty, we'll just grab yours and belt that shit.
Yeah.
Grizzly's not amused.
Well, honey.
Uh-oh. Does that mean Mary's not allowed to wear your pants if the laundry's...
Don't bother me at all.
Okay, all right. I was just checking. You're just being awful quiet.
Oh, I'm so comfortable.
Is that it? Right before
Yeah.
we started, I was scared to say anything. He looked like he was so comfy, and I was like, hello, hi, hello, hi. Then I felt bad because we had a whole 7 minutes. Man, we're cowboys. Sometimes we'll just wait till like 5:28.56. And I'll be like, what time is it? He's like, 5:28 and a half. I'm like, I need to. He's like, you got plenty of time. Just a whole minute. And then your intro a minute. So plenty of time. Yeah, we're funny like that. Cowboys. Time cowboys.
Try to be.
Oh, man. Grizzly. I feel like you're not saying anything.
No, we got a house full.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you censoring yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mary, what the look on Mary's face? Like, what is going on?
waiting for him. I'm used to him talking, and he's being so quiet. I was kind of waiting for the answer to what he was. So,
Wow. Well, where's Eddie? We should bring him back. He talks. No? Is he done? Done?
come here.
Come here.
Come right over
He's like
here.
a little animal. You got to come here. Come on. Oh, what are you drinking now?
Coke.
It matches your shirt. Did you know that your shirt and the Coke match the ticker that Grizzly's got today? It was red. Did you do that on purpose?
That way she can see it. There.
Mm-hmm.
You did. You did not. Was it a happy accident?
No.
No. Where's your tooth? Did Tooth Fairy come give you money for that?
The Tooth Fairy's not even real.
What?
The Tooth Fairy's not real.
Hold on a second. Mom! Eddie said the Tooth Fairy's not real! What? He's right? My mom agreed with you. Now I'm just going to have to sit here and sulk.
Because the Tooth Fairy is actually not real.
Just told her the Tooth Fairy isn't real.
Because the Tooth Fairy is not real.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what about the Easter Bunny?
The Easter Bunny, maybe.
We're on the fence about that one. Okay. And what about Santa?
Santa, no. Wait, yeah, actually, yes.
Okay, make up your mind, man. You're confusing me.
Yeah, Santa is real.
Okay, so
God told
Santa's
me.
real. We got a maybe on the Easter Bunny, but the Tooth Fairy can go pound sand.
Yeah, the Tooth Fairy is not real. Right, Chris?
I don't know.
What?
Ask God.
Well, I think your mom needs to come on here, Grizzly. Where's your mom?
Well, first we gotta ask God. Let's get the paper and ask God.
He is so cute. How old is he? How old are you? Come back.
She's telling me to tell.
7.
7. Wait, you know what? I think I wished you a happy birthday on your 7th birthday. If I remember correctly, I happened to be talking to your mama.
On November 25th.
Yeah, that was like the second or third show I ever did with you guys. And it was his birthday.
Yep.
It was Thanksgiving week also.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
It's gone by quickly, hadn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost Thanksgiving again.
I know it.
I actually have a very large turkey in my chest freezer.
Do you?
I do.
I need
I'm
to
gonna
make another turkey. I
I'm
love
gonna-
making turkeys. I make them a few times a year. I just don't do it on Thanksgiving. I think turkey's so good.
I like turkey. I've had a little too much ground turkey this week because the price went down on that just to get really wacky. And, let's talk about groceries. Eggs went down and the ground turkey, the 99% fat free, is down to like $5.49. And it's not even right up on the expiration date. So I was happy about that. I've been getting them like 3 at a time. Protein. Sorry. I think I'm going to make meatballs when we're done.
That sounds good.
Chicken and pork, spicy pork, Italian sausage and chicken and some garlic in there and some fresh parsley.
You should try his homemade meatballs. They're excellent.
I'm sure they are. Do you put your pepper sauce in there? Hey,
Yep.
you back.
Careful, honey.
Sorry.
Careful.
What
He
happened?
made some, what was it, last week? And my kids ate the crap out of those. They really liked them. They were good. I wanted more and they ate them all.
Kids love meatballs.
The
That's why.
Easter Bunny might be real.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think the Easter Bunny is real.
Well,
Real
that's-
one.
Maybe.
I think so.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
I-
It's basically just a bunny.
We should tell the Easter Bunny to go visit Liane at her house.
So a bunny just visit her house pretty much.
Go hang out with her birds. She has a diva bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much an Easter Bunny is just a bunny, though.
All right, it's that time again, Liane.
Oh, no. All right. Well, you guys, if anybody sees the Easter Bunny, Tell him I said hi. And if anybody sees the tooth fairy, that's not the tooth fairy. Call the police. Guys, keep riding the frequency. And remember, you're the awareness.
I saw the East.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Frequency, frequency, frequency,
I'm the end. I'm the end. I'm the end.
Are you ready to ride the frequency? Are you ready to ride the frequency?